doing it. We'll just hit pause after the game. Just remember to do that.
Yep. Close there. Grand Valley's got to be careful. They're down to 7 players, so they want to avoid that 10 count. There's a catch. That's an easy catch for
with a long throw.
Avery there. Another freshman. Avery Marzinski there. That brings in Tom Williamson, so that's big. And you can see he's been on the court for 3 seconds and already makes a throw.
So this is a good sign for the tournament in general that Saginaw's playing this well. That's a hit.
Nice hit. Like you said, Alex Gonzalez, we're calling his name early today. Takes out the freshman, Scott Herndon. He's having a good point up till there.
It's going to be an easy out. That's good transition play. I think that's the key for Grand Valley.
Josh Hill's a very good transition player.
So number 11, Saginaw Valley, DJ Goodwin. I'm going to write that down too.
We'll try to do our best with everybody's names and jersey numbers. Make sure you know who's in on the action there. Preston Cartwright goes down in the corner, and Grand Valley has definitely seized momentum now. Oh, Joe Barber, great team throw. Almost snagged one of those.
Yeah, we've got conflicting numbers here.
Oh, a catch and an out by Saginaw. That brings in Mitchell Oliver, one of their, probably an overtime player if it came down to that for them today.
Yeah.
So that's big.
So, yeah, they've got a lot of players that are wearing different jersey numbers from what their roster says. But
we'll try to get that straightened out if we can there. Nice catch. Drop catch by the freshman.
That was Williamson with that throw. That was a long throw. Oh, and a headshot. Oh, man. Yeah, see, number 11 for Saginaw is their most dependable player right now. It says he's number 13 on this roster, but...
No, it says it's 42. He's number 11. One thing to note about Saginaw as you guys are watching here, their players in the white jerseys represents their freshman class. There, they finally got him out with a nice team throw. And that's what it was going to take the way he was playing.
Long throws. Too many long throws this game. Both teams need to clean that up.
Oh, what a catch.
That should be a catch. Nope, they're calling him out.
That was a catch. I thought, from up here.
Even as a Grand Valley alum, I think that was a catch.
Yep.
So
we
Grand Valley got away with one.
Try to be unbiased in the booth here. We got Michigan State and Grand Valley represented. Of course, little known fun fact, NCDA folklore is I was supposed to actually play play the second half of the 2020 season with Grand Valley, and then we had COVID. Nice stretch by number 1 on Saginaw Valley there.
1 man left. That's a long throw. Good placement, though. Josh Hill coming up. Nice hit.
Nice hit by Josh Hill. Goes high shoulder throw there. Gets him backpedaling.
Strong throw.
And
we got 1-0. And, yeah.
We think that was about a 10-minute point there. We apologize for the clock.
15:43 is left.
Okay, so we will adjust our clock. So really crisp point, actually. Well played by both teams. Saginaw had the early advantage with the catches. Grand Valley turned it on later with a couple catches of their own and really just seized momentum. So we'll see if Saginaw can hang with them for the rest of the first half here. It took Grand Valley a little bit longer than you might have expected based on the last meeting to get that point. But
I was pretty impressed.
Initial impressions.
Saginaw Valley looks better than I expected. This is the first time I've seen either of these teams in person this year. I've watched them live on stream. But Saginaw Valley, I was expecting this to be, a much worse roster as a whole, but their rookies are playing well and their veterans are really stepping up, it looks like. So, yes, they lost that first point, but I'm pretty impressed with the way that their roster looks. I think that they're going to play a little bit better as this tournament goes on, too. So, the game against Western Michigan, a lot of people are expecting that one to be close between Saginaw and Western. I think Saginaw should hold the edge in that game, just based off my first impressions here in 1 point of dodgeball.
I don't want to bring up history, especially as a former Spartan, but typically Michigan State has had a little bit of a monkey on their back when it comes to this tournament, and they've got to know that. I mean, the last time we had MDC, they did win a couple of matches and kind of got that monkey off their back. But if you're watching this good Saginaw team, you're like, like, are we in for another? Are we in for another sort of letdown year because now Michigan State Saginaw's playing well, but Saginaw's historically a second half team.
Absolutely,
and they're proving it today.
It seems like every year we see Saginaw have their coming out party at the Michigan Dodgeball Cup, so it's no surprise that they're showing up playing better today than they have all season. Oh, and that's a
drop catch there.
And a long throw. So Stevens, he's one of their better players, but it looks like he's playing almost a little too aggressive, like taking too many shots. He's had a couple long throws that maybe needs to scale back a bit. Oh, good plays. Good play on the left side by Grand Valley.
Okay, ball's still out there.
Oh, and that's a hit. Okay, so Alec Gonzalez goes down. 31 takes him out.
That's Cole Michela. That's that freshman assistant captain that we keep.
Yeah. So, so far I'd say he's been one of their top performers along with Goodwin.
Yep. As long as those two are on the court, I think Saginaw's got a shot against most teams, so.
Oh, not a great team throw. That was Peach and Williamson, I think.
Oh, nice catch by Michela in transition. So I was retreating there.
I actually really liked everything it was a Grand Valley rookie. I'm not sure his name. I liked everything he did there. The anticipation, waiting until the right moment to start attacking, and then he got a quick release off. But the placement of the throw was the only issue.
Yeah, that was freshman Ryan Paddock there. Tom Williamson gets taken out by Bryce Stevens there. That's a big kill for Saginaw.
Wow.
Saginaw, what I'm noticing, the energy is so much higher than it was at Grand Valley a couple weeks ago. Like, they're calling out everything. And when I say that, I don't mean pointing this and, I just mean calling out help for their teammates, cross throws, the clock, everything, right. Communication. Nice throw by Cole Michela, takes out Nick Heel.
Yep, Stevens by himself here trying to get that ball.
Here come the reinforcements. Has to back Grand Valley down. Cole with...
Okay, I don't like that. So one thing that we would always tell our team at Grand Valley, and that's a hit. Stevens goes down. Nice throw by another rookie for Grand Valley.
Is that Owen Israels, actually? I don't think he's a rookie. He just doesn't have a jersey yet. He was on their squad last year.
Yeah, but back to what I was saying. One thing we used to always tell our team, don't throw a ball to get a ball. So if there's a ball in the neutral zone, unless you're guaranteed to get that person out with a throw, don't waste your throw to try and get it. And Saginaw Valley wasted a few. And now you're looking at Grand Valley with a bit of a ball advantage, and that's going to be key here because when Grand Valley gets ball advantage, they're a hard team to beat.
Yep. Couldn't agree more with that. Grand Valley, if they get ball advantage and they can control the tempo, they are the toughest team to beat in the country. Mitchell Oliver gets taken out by Josh Hill.
Nice Hill.
Just kind of, I won't say he whiffed on the block, but blocked it into himself a little bit there. So for those of you just joining us, we're live here, East Lansing, Michigan. Owen Israels must have barely got tagged there. But live from East Lansing, Michigan, about halfway through the first half of the first match of the day. We got ourselves a classic brewing here, Battle of the Valleys. Grand Valley up 1-0. Took them about 10 minutes to get that point, so they earned it.
Again, we'll be live all day here today. This is the first match of the day. We have 6 total games. Coming up next is going to be Michigan State against Western Michigan. And then at 1 o'clock, we got Grand Valley against Western Michigan.
Fighting Peter Bros coming back to MDC. Good to see that program still kicking. Notably, the loss of Central Michigan, and we really hope that that program can get back, and we want to see them here again.
Yep, Central Michigan missing the MDC for the first time in their existence. Oh, and that's a headshot.
Knocked Avery's. I believe that was Avery Marzinski there. Nope, sorry, that was Aiden Jacobs, I believe.
And like very quietly, Saginaw Valley has chipped away at Grand Valley's roster at this point. They're down to 6. One more and they're on the 10 count.
Sorry, that was Drew Shively that got tagged in the head there. I'm getting my getting crossed up with the Grand Valley freshman names here because they don't have jerseys.
Ben Smart from the sideline yelling, trying to keep his team under control here. The reigning MVP not playing today. For those who aren't aware, he injured his elbow last tournament, the Grand Valley Gauntlet back in January. But once again, we will be live all day today. One game that I'm looking forward to, 2:15, Michigan State against Saginaw Valley, with the way that Saginaw's playing so far in this game. And then, of course, and that's an ugly one right there. Of course, you have 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time, Grand Valley against Michigan State. And that's a nice team throw, and that gets an out. And now you're looking.
Hudgens is out.
You've got Tyler Peach, you've got Josh Hill left. Those are 2 of the top players on Grand Valley's roster. Need them. And right like that.
Cole Michela takes out the captain.
Yep, and on the other side, Josh Hill makes a catch.
All right, so that brings in Alec Gonzalez, so that's some much-needed veteran presence on the court. You've got 3 freshmen, 2 very experienced players, a former captain out there. And a catch by Alec Gonzalez. That brings in Ryan Paddock. So Ryan Paddock threw a catch earlier. We'll see. He's going to be looking for some redemption out there now.
Yep, still a man advantage for Saginaw at the moment. But look at Saginaw's outline. You've got 3 of their top players, 3 of their veterans are the next 3 in. So, that's a hit.
Not a very good block there by the freshman. And Grand Valley's going to be back down on the 10 clock now, so.
And I was taken aback by that throw by Goodwin. He whipped that ball. Good cross there by Grand Valley.
Kyle Krupp with a block. Josh Hill's accuracy has been pretty on point today, I'll say.
Yeah.
Alex got to be careful over there. Ooh, almost tripped. He's got to be careful charging against 2 players when he's by himself.
Good placement there, low throw.
Yep. Tempo is kind of slowed down a little bit.
Ooh, not a great throw there.
And the assistant rep is saying not a throw.
And that's a hit.
Yep, Alex Gonzalez misses the block there, and now it's 4 players.
See what happened just right then. Saginaw only had 1 person. Goodwin was the only one that pushed up. They've got to have their whole team push up. It still seems like they're not doing well in transition. They've just gotten away with it.
Michela just misses the catch. He got caught reaching there.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're getting away with it because they're catching so well. But they need to play a little crisper on offense.
They got a 7-4 man advantage, it looks like, here does Saginaw. We'll see if they can't close this out. The clock is not a factor yet in this half. 7.5 minutes left, plenty of time. Grand Valley's on 10 clock. Josh Hill with a well-spotted reset throw there.
We got a timeout.
And we got a timeout.
All right, so we got... He has it on his phone. I don't know where... You can see that. Yeah.
All right, so we got a timeout by Saginaw Valley here. Grand Valley clinging to a 1-0 lead. Down to 4 players. Josh Hill and 3 freshmen are left on the court currently for Grand Valley against 7 Saginaw players. Saginaw's got a little bit of a mix between veterans and freshmen, so we'll kind of see what their game plan is. I think they know they can't let this point slip away, and that's why they called a timeout. So good timeout, get your bearings.
So we're actually at 7:06. Quick correction. Okay. Sorry, we've got the scoreboard underneath us.
Yeah, keep in mind the scoreboard that you see here, the score is correct, but the clock is not the official clock, so we'll try to keep that as close to the official clock as we can.
They don't even have a scoreboard down there. They said they don't really have a paper, like one of those flip ones, but they still should get them.
They should, yeah, and just put it across.
Well, we know the score. I think they sit here so that the fans can see. Yeah. But they just don't have it.
All right, we're going to come out of this timeout here. Saginaw Valley leading this current point. This is, for those of you just joining us, live from East Lansing, Michigan here. Michigan Dodgeball Cup 2022, coming back after a little time off. Good to be back here in East Lansing. Saginaw has a 7-4 player advantage here in point 2, match 1. Grand Valley clinging to a 1-0 lead right now. And we'll see how they respond. They've got some impact freshmen on the court. Of course, when isn't that the case for Grand Valley? They seem to always have impact freshmen every year, but might be some confusion on the clocks here.
We got Western Michigan captain Peter Bro up here in the booth.
NCDA legend Peter Bro, and a catch by Saginaw on the long throw from Matthew Budai there. It's gonna be good throw by Ryan Paddock to reset the clock there. So. Nice spot by Josh Hill. This big court, it's hard to get everything on camera. We apologize. We're trying to keep up with the action, but some of these long throws, it's tough to keep everything in frame, but we'll do our best throughout the day. So Saginaw kind of taking their time. Long throw at Josh Hill. He'll fire back. So if Grand Valley wants to get back into this game, they've got arms on the court, but it seems like a catch is going to be in order here.
All right, I'm back. We forgot to start the...
they're saying not a throw. Oh, and
Apologies,
Grand Valley gets caught with the balls over there.
We forgot to start the clock. We'll get it up. We'll get it right. 5:42 is left. So I jumped out of the booth there for a second. Yeah, so 3 players left. Do you have the names of the 2?
Yeah, so at the top of your screen in the corner there, the taller one is Ryan Paddock. He's a freshman. And then also Avery Marzinski. No, sorry, not Avery Marzinski. That's Aiden Jacobs in the top corner there. 2 freshmen from Grand Valley. And you got almost a full squad here for Saginaw. Team throw misses, and Avery just misses the third throw low, the catch. Sorry, Aiden. We'll get him right.
Yeah, and I mean, he did the right thing. He got low. He looked for a catch. That's going to be...
they're saying
it was
ground.
tough. I thought that could have been...
Could have been a trap. Could have been...
That's a catch. We got 5:10 left.
So we have Josh Hill, former captain, by himself in the corner here. We'll see what he can do. And he gets hit.
Be a hit, yep.
And just like that, Saginaw Valley ties it up at 1 here with less than 5 to go in the first half. So,
yep.
I think, okay, one, I'm not just going to say it's because maybe Grand Valley's missing Ben Smart, missing Luke Bowman, 2 impact players for them right now. This Saginaw Valley team just looks better, and I think they're putting the rest of the league on notice right now that history might be repeating itself with a second half, with another great second half team here, Saginaw.
Dylan Fettig joining us in the booth.
Another NCDA legend, Dylan Fettig, here up in the booth with us. Made the trip down from Petoskey, Michigan. Beautiful Petoskey, Michigan, known for those gorgeous stones.
Drove by Central Michigan, picked up their whole team on the way.
All right, so Grand Valley is going to have to lick their wounds a little bit and kind of figure out their strategy. Right now, Saginaw's definitely got the edge on catches, and I think that's kind of what's kept them in it.
Absence of Ben Smart showing a little bit here.
I agree. They have to. When you don't have a guy who can just straight up take over a game by himself,
right.
Someone else has to step up. You got to play complementary dodgeball here.
Yeah, and I just they need to do a better job of recruiting to boost the depth. I mean, they do have some freshmen that are showing some promise, but COVID really slowed that up a bit. And
they actually only brought 13 players today, so they only have one reserve player, where Saginaw does have pretty much a full squad today. Saginaw showing some speed there, getting balls early. Nick Hill, good throw on Cole Michela, nice block.
And Cole Michela is doing such a good job of protecting himself when he has a ball in his hand.
Oh, Josh Hill draws a couple of throws. He excels at that.
So, Josh Hill, in my opinion, he's been the best player on Grand Valley's roster so far. For those of us joining us here, who might not be familiar with, and that's going to be a hit, familiar with the college dodgeball style and format, we have 2 25-minute halves. Each time you eliminate the other team, you get a point. Right now we're at 1-1, getting towards the end of the first half here. Game 1 of the day here at Michigan Dodgeball Cup. So a lot of dodgeball still to be played in this match. 1-1, though, going into halftime would be a win if I'm Saginaw Valley.
Absolutely. Bryce Stevens going to lead the charge. Cole Michela makes the throw. Return fire by Alec Gonzalez. And Grand Valley will push back up. Oh, Tom Williamson pointed, make sure you take that out. That was a nice throw. Saginaw on their back line with only 3 balls now, so this might be the time that Grand Valley pounces. Alec Gonzalez with a missed throw high.
If I'm Grand Valley, though, I've got to play super aggressive here. If you want to get a point in 4 minutes, you've got to play extra aggressive and know that, if you lose a couple guys, then just scale back and play conservative the rest of the point.
Tom Williams, they take out Preston Cartwright. That was, I believe, Tom Williamson's ball got him there. Josh Hill with the assist on the team throw.
Got to keep your foot on the gas here.
Yep. You have ball advantage and player advantage now. Step on their throats if you're Grand Valley. If you don't, you're not going to get a point, and you're going to go into halftime tied, which I don't think many people expected here. Looks like it's going to be Josh Hill and Owen Israels with the team throw. Bryce Stevens with a block. Joe Barber makes a throw and retreats. So Saginaw playing a little more on their heels here. They know the pressure's on Grand Valley to try to get a point here before half. Saginaw's probably outperformed a little bit expectations already today. So DJ Goodwin with a throw, bounces into Alec Gonzalez. That was not a catch. Josh Hill, a couple nice throws by Grand Valley, just missed the mark wide. Ooh. Cole almost got caught sleeping. Alec Gonzalez with a return fire on the freshman. All right, we're down with about a minute and a half to go here in the first half. Tie ball game.
1:30 to go. It's looking like this is going to halftime tied 1-1.
Yeah, Grand Valley didn't seize enough of the momentum. Saginaw has kind of slowed the pace down a little bit now. Content to go into halftime with a tie. Josh Hill with a great throw. Takes out Captain Bryce Stevens. And then he takes out Joe Barber. All right, so Josh isn't giving up the idea of taking a point, I guess, here.
It's going to drown.
Tom Williamson's going to come up and fire, and he takes out the freshman. There's a hit by Josh Hill. And just like that, Grand Valley's got him on the 10 clock with about a minute to go. All right, and it looks like there's some controversy right now. Grand Valley is screaming for an out call somewhere.
That's a good call. The guy in front of him barely blocked the ball, but he did tip it, so the guy in the back is
There's a stoppage.
All right, so just like that, I don't know where that flurry came from, but Grand Valley's got a full squad here and ball advantage, and suddenly you had about 4 kills in maybe 10 to 15 seconds, and Saginaw's back on their heels on the 10 clock. Really all they need to do is make about 4 or 5 quality throws, and they'll get into halftime with a tie, which now this point has really been turned on its head. So if you're Saginaw, getting a halftime is a win here, or getting a halftime tied is a win. Excuse me. All right, head ref Josh Kramer starts him out, and here comes Grand Valley. Team throw misses. They're going to fire again.
Good team throw.
They're going to have to keep firing here. Right, Cole with the shot clock reset throw.
Interesting that they decided to stay up here.
Yep, and quick timeout here by Saginaw Valley. They're just trying to, 25 seconds left. All right, so I think the strategy there, real quick, is they had a couple balls on their side that were loose. Call timeout, get possession of them. Now all you got to do is make 3 throws, and you can get into halftime tied here, get a break.
Plus they get a couple seconds for Grand Valley coming off their baseline to have to come up to the throw line.
Yep, that's going to take at least 2 to 3 seconds for Grand Valley to get up, make a team throw. We'll see how aggressive Grand Valley is. I hear Ben Smart screaming from the sideline, let them throw first. So I think what they want to do is kind of come up, make someone get rid of a ball on a throw to set the clock, and then take their shot at him after that.
They may not even come up, stay in the baseline, look for a long throw, maybe shot clock violation.
Yeah, right now you've got 4 Saginaw players with the ball in their hand.
They are going to go. Okay, little delay there, but Saginaw is on the 10 clock, so advantage Grand Valley there. 2 solo throws miss. Josh Hill.
That's going to be the point there.
Yep,
one more throw by Saginaw will kill it. Yep, that'll do it right there. So we're going to go into halftime tied.
There's a hit, too late.
Couple kills late, won't matter. If you're Saginaw, you got to be really happy with that half. And if you're the rest of the region, you're kind of going, well, where did that come from? A couple weeks ago, we saw a very different Saginaw team at Grand Valley a few weeks ago. And, boy, history might be repeating itself here. Saginaw just shows up at MDC every year.
As long as they have energy, they're still in the game. And that's always been the Saginaw way. So they keep the energy up here, keep the confidence. And if Grand Valley stays on their heels like they look like they are, they're looking around at each other like, what's going on? We should be destroying this team. But they're not, so they don't know how to handle that.
Yep, a lot of questions for Grand Valley to answer right now. Do a little soul searching at halftime here. We can't put it all on one person, but I think this shows why Mart's a former MVP.
You said there was 13 players, but I only see 12 over there.
Luke Bowman will be coming later,
Okay.
so I don't know if they were counting him when I was talking.
All right, here we go. Second half about to start.
Josh Kramer going to get him started. And we are underway, second half. Will you do this?
No throws on the run up there.
That's been a common theme for the first couple run-ups here today. It's been a little bit of a slow start. Right there.
Long throw.
Wow.
Team catch. No harm, no foul there, though. No one on the sideline.
Once again, welcome. MDC, second half of game 1. We got a 3-man booth now.
3 just legends, just heavy hitters of the game here.
Great throw.
I agree. Three people who got All-American votes. That's all I
another
know.
team catch. That would have been a... Oh, they are calling him out.
So I need to make sure. We need to find out if number 11 is actually good.
Well,
or not.
I think they're saying it went ball, arm, and then his teammate caught it, but shouldn't that still...
That's a team catch. Okay, he's
Even with
calling
the
the player back in, which is the correct call. And they should get another player back in if they started...
All right, so
nobody was out yet. So far, the only thing that's really happened is Grand Valley's thrown 2 team catches to Saginaw.
Josh hit Bryce
Stevens.
Stevens.
I
He should be back
apologize.
in.
I missed that.
But Saginaw will be content with keeping their player in the game, I guess.
Grand Valley going to play on the baseline right now.
Oh, tough drop catch there.
He went from knees
is that
to
Matthew
up,
Budai?
Matthew Budai just missed that catch on his upper shoulder there.
Good try.
Decent spot for Grand Valley.
Oh, double take it down.
They might get both
Mitchell
balls back
Oliver
from that too.
got tagged on the hip on the outline
a huge
there.
play.
I really like what Saginaw's doing. Oh, that's a nice
What a
catch.
catch by Preston
And he
Cartwright.
stays in, no hit. I like Saginaw's counter throws so far. And it's making Grand Valley not be able to play as aggressively in transition as they're used to. Oh, and that's a hit. Nice team throw there.
And it takes out DJ Goodwin.
Oh,
who's
good hit there.
been arguably a top 2, top 3 player for Saginaw so far. So
32.
So that's a couple of kills for Josh Hill right there. Like I said, he was, Kevin said earlier, he was maybe the X factor for Grand Valley. I said at halftime he had to take over, and he's doing just that right now.
Saginaw's not changing their game plan at all, and if they want to survive, they need to play on the opposite side of the court of Josh Hill right now, because look at this neutral zone work he's doing. This is how he's getting all of his kills.
I'm a little bit worried, though, for Grand Valley because Josh Hill's moving up so fast, which is good, but he needs his teammates to do that. The key to being good at transition, you've got to have your whole team able to anticipate and run up quickly. And he's way faster than the rest of the team right now. There's a catch.
His teammate kind of ducked to block for himself, and then ball went right over him.
Grand Valley freshman Andrew Shively throws a catch there.
You can't look ahead. Grand Valley's got to focus on the task at hand. They got 22 minutes here to try to come out of here with a W. But, you got to be a little bit worried about stamina with all these throws Josh is making. He's running up and down and making a lot of throws.
He's having to make up for all the catches his teammates are making, too, or throwing, too. So he's getting everyone out twice to take a point.
So Tony mentioned this earlier. The guy in the white shirt there, Michela, he's assistant captain and he's a freshman.
Here?
Yeah. Right here, number 31. He's he continues this performance today, and he might be putting himself in the running for freshman of the year.
Right. Good dodge there. One thing that he's doing a bit, this is a little bit nitpicky, but he's leaving himself open a little bit too much. Or his teammate. So he had a rookie teammate that had to block for him one time when he left himself too open, and his teammate ended up getting hit. So he's just got to be a little bit more, pick and choose when to be aggressive and when not to be.
Yeah.
I do apologize. I will say some of the roster information that we have a few numbers on Saginaw mixed up, so we may not be calling out as many of their names.
We'll have to
what I will
double check
say is you can tell that the folks in the white jerseys, kind of the custom ones, are freshmen. We know that much. Kyle Krupp made the catch and then gets taken out. So got ourselves a pretty evenly contested point yet again. Josh Hill gets taken out.
Nice throw.
That was a monster out, and he is buried deep in the sideline. So there's a good chance he doesn't get back in this point.
Saginaw's up one player, 7-6.
Grand Valley has ball advantage ever so slightly now.
Grand Valley still has Captain Tyler Peachin and assistant captain Nick Heel, so they are sitting
right
decently.
Here, number one for Saginaw.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forgot his
Looks
name.
like Miller. But no, he's moving too quickly.
Not a great throw.
I remember he was
Avery Marzinski there.
I'm pretty sure he was a rookie in 2020, and he was one of the better rookies.
Yeah. I don't see any Millers on there.
Mitchell Oliver with a little bit of a submariner throw there, splits between two Grand Valley freshmen at the top of your screen. Grand Valley is now also going to slow down the pace a little bit.
Yeah, if Grand Valley goes down
Ryan
2-1.
Tyler Peach has been down in these situations before, and we know what he did against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Much better team, no offense, than Saginaw Valley at this point, and we saw what he did there. So
I feel like they've kind of held Tyler Peach a little bit. He hasn't been able to play as aggressive as usual. It might be because Ben Smart's not on the other side of the court. But still, Grand Valley needs to limit those long throws.
They're terrified of the neutral zone right now.
Yeah.
Even when they have 7 balls on their side. Oh my goodness!
Hill with a catch.
The second chance effort.
Bryce Stevens has had some
huge.
long throws.
That brings in Matthew Budai, who was the first one to get out for Grand Valley.
So Bryce Stevens is one of their leaders, but he's had a couple kind of bonehead throws, long throws that he shouldn't have made, and it's turned into a few catches for Grand Valley.
So Grand Valley will retreat now.
Yeah, once again, Michaela by himself.
Michaela's got the energy, though. He needs someone to run with him. That's what he needs. Wow, what a nice drop catch.
Beautiful play
by Ryan Paddock there. That brings in Tom Williamson. So I would turn and now say advantage Grand Valley.
Absolutely. Saginaw's now in the 10-second
10
shot.
clock, lost arguably their best player. Nice spot. Better block by Tom Williamson there, but Grand Valley will now control the neutral zone. Team throw gets
Nice
Mitchell
team
Oliver
throw.
at the top of your screen. Well-placed throws there by Grand Valley veterans.
So that's looking a little bit more like your usual Grand Valley, where a couple plays and all of a sudden they take all the momentum. But it's interesting. I bet this is the youngest, like, top to bottom MDC.
Absolutely.
Like, each of these teams has a lot of rookies that are playing and actually, like, making an impact.
Yeah, I think back when I played my first season, Grand Valley actually maybe had the youngest team. It was a couple veterans.
Nice
Out again.
A lot of freshmen, but like Saginaw and Saginaw, Michigan State, Central, those years all had like all juniors and seniors. Now you're kind of seeing the script be flipped a little bit with COVID, more recruiting, things like that.
Yep. Oh, cancel out. Oh, what a throw.
That looked like the ground, to be honest, but
Ryan Paddock just misses the play in the middle there.
Oh, another good throw.
Saginaw hanging in there. They only got 2 players left, unfortunately. Here come a couple of throws. And there's Grand Valley's transition game just to close it out.
that might be best case scenario for Saginaw, as those 2 players were on the greener side of the experience level.
And you could see that show right there on that play, how they both went up and through and got caught in the neutral zone, and Grand Valley just jumped on them. Nothing they were going to do there. But again, that took Grand Valley almost 10 minutes to get that point. Like, credit Saginaw, they are hanging in there. And at one point, looked like they had a shot to get that point there too. But Grand Valley now takes a 2-1 lead. We'll see how Saginaw responds here. Clock not yet a factor. 16 minutes left at least. Clock not a factor again for either team. So if you're Saginaw, like what we talked about the first half, the reason they were winning was because of their catches and their energy. You cannot let that point deflate you and come out here flat now. You come out flat and Grand Valley gets a couple of quick kills or catches on you, it's over. Grand Valley will not allow you to take momentum back.
Catches are changing the game.
All right, so we want a little wider angle there, huh, Dylan?
For the run-up, yeah.
All right.
Like it.
Yeah.
Did you just zoom out or something?
Yeah.
Josh Kramer, head ref, captain for MSU, will get him started. Josh Hill with a quick kill on the run-up.
One throw, and he made the kill.
Yeah, you don't need to zoom in too much, I guess. I don't know.
Alec Gonzalez with a nice throw, a better block by Cole Michelo there. All right, so for those of you just joining us here, still opening match. We got ourselves a good one here. Saginaw Valley versus Grand Valley. Grand Valley just took the lead about 9 minutes into the second half here, 2-1. So we were tied at halftime. And Saginaw showing us like why they're historically a second half team. The more things change, the more they stay the same, huh, guys?
They just made some kind of catch there.
When you say second half, you mean second half of the season?
Yeah, second half of the season, obviously. Yeah, right now. Josh Hill gets Bryce Stevens again with a toe tap.
Team catch. Did he stay in?
Maybe.
I think it was a team
He definitely
catch.
stepped out, but the ref's going to... Oh, he's calling him out.
So Ben Smart was talking about Alec Gonzalez needs to step up, and he's kind of like filling in on the left side now.
Yeah.
I want to see him get like a more over-the-top motion on his throw, or just place his throws a little bit better because he's leaving a lot of his throws high.
I would be okay with Alex just using his legs to support the other side of the court. Like if he's just running and not throwing, which he's definitely capable of doing, it's going to keep the pressure off of the other side of the throwing.
That's kind of what Ben Smart was saying. He said he needs his main thing is he needs a pump fake and be a presence.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
Transition Grand Valley. Kyle Krupp gets taken out.
Ooh, good couple of throws.
Owen Israels with a nice throw on Mitchell Oliver. Josh Hill came up pretty aggressively in the middle and drew a couple of throws. So just like that, Grand Valley gets a few kills in transition.
Which
gets
one's
ball
Owen
advantage.
Over the hat.
Yeah. Okay. So he's not a freshman though, right?
No, he's not. Yeah. He's been on the roster for a while now. He just doesn't have a jersey yet. With some of the interruptions in play and COVID and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. What
a catch by number 1 there for Saginaw. Takes out the captain, Tyler Peach. That's a big catch for Saginaw. Wow. That brings in their captain, Bryce Stevens. So, wow.
Nice catch.
What a catch by Ryan Paddock there.
He's had a couple clutch catches.
Yeah, he had that nice drop catch on Cole Michela, and now that catch.
See, and that throw right there, it looked like it.
Wow, they are not happy there. Matthew Budai, they think maybe blocked it into his foot.
Yeah, it looked like it could have hit him.
It was close, but I think it hit ground.
The way the ball moved, it could have gone either way. Saginaw fans are not happy.
So right now you got Bryce Stevens needs to step up for Saginaw. Number 1, who for some reason we don't know his name.
Well, Tom Williamson should be out there. He got blocked. I mean, the ball got blocked, but he thought he walked off the court. He totally stepped off the court. Should be out there. I wish the refs would see that and call that. Not really a fault of Tom. He thought he was out. He thought he was out, But at that point, it's like court awareness.
You got greedy on that catch.
Yeah, that's when you're running up in transition and you drop the ball at the same time. You've got to have good body placement.
That's an incredibly tough catch there, down around your ankles like that as you're moving towards it. About 12 minutes, halfway through the second half here, match number 1.
Bounce back too. See it right there once again.
Hit there, but
he plays aggressive, but he's got to know where his teammates are too, because he needs his teammates to help him out.
Owen Israels led the charge at the top of your screen there for Grand Valley. He'll make a solo throw at Preston Cartwright, former captain for Saginaw.
Good
Great
throw
by Tom Williamson. Takes out the Saginaw freshman there.
They're going to need that arm. Easy catch there.
You got to step out right now or go for it.
I agree. They either got to step out or number 1 needs to make 3 catches.
Yeah. I would say either you give them about 30 seconds or so to maybe make a play and show they can have a chance to come back, or you step out.
It's a good reset throw.
They're calling balls over. I'm surprised by it too.
Wow.
That was a touchy.
That was. I don't know about that from up here. That looked okay.
For some of the other resets that they're allowing, that was plenty good. Okay, they're going to talk about.
I was going to say they got 11:27 left, so we're a little off on our clock. We'll let it catch up here.
Yeah, their captains are saying go for a catch. Doesn't matter if you get it out.
Yep. Cool. So that's the play there. Let Grand Valley come up, make some team throws. Maybe you get lucky, you get a catch, and then they miss with the rest. If that happens, you get some momentum back. You have a shot. Otherwise,
that was the one. The third one was
you needed that. So right here, I'm telling him, be as aggressive as you can at trying to get a catch. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Need a catch.
Josh Hill with the suicide attempt. I don't think he's Brandon Meisel or what.
Yeah,
he's taking after
Brandon
just better ACLs. That's all. He's Brandon Meisel, but he missed, and he's got 2 ACLs.
He steps out.
Interesting time to step out.
So they lost about 30 seconds there, but
10:49.
Grand Valley now with a 2-point lead here. Really took momentum there. Clock will become a factor for Saginaw now. Grand Valley can slow the pace down, just kind of chip away if they want. Saginaw's going to have to be aggressive. They got to get this first point in about 4 or 5 minutes to give them any shot to come back here.
Yeah, and you can see their huddle. The energy is gone. They need to pump each other up, tell each other that we can do this. We still got plenty of time. We just got to play smart, play aggressive, make our throws count.
The other thing I would say is this, too. Like, at this point, you are down 2 points if you're Saginaw Valley. Be aggressive. Like, what do you have to lose here, right? You have to go for it. You have to try to get a point fast. If the final score ends up being 4-1 because you got aggressive and Grand Valley got another point, like, this match was played way closer than that. Yeah, the final score doesn't look good, but you know that you played well.
On that same note, even if they lose this, they're not out of it, right? They beat MSU, they beat Western.
MSU beats Grand Valley, potentially.
MSU beats Grand Valley. It's a
suddenly
three-way
three-way tie. Now, in that case, then...
in that case, you don't want to lose big.
You don't want to lose big, so yeah, I guess... but if you're Saginaw, it's like we need to go for the win here. We can't be thinking about point spreads and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. And on the opposite side, you got Grand Valley with 12 players. Their big arms have made a lot of throws here. Do they just try to sit on this? Do they stay back and play less aggressively? We're going to find out.
Grand Valley does have ball advantage there. A couple long throws. Another long throw. Just a lot of posturing right now. Both teams trying to establish something.
With 10 minutes to go, Saginaw still has a chance to win this. They just got to be aggressive and win a couple of quick points. And on the flip side of things, that's a good block. On the flip side, Grand Valley with only 12 players on the roster right now without Ben Smart, something that they need to pay attention to is how much their top players are throwing and how tired they're going to get throughout the day.
Yeah, because that match with MSU is looming, and that's the last match of the day.
Exactly.
So.
Tom Williamson was just holding his arm like he's feeling some...
Yeah, if that's the case, he needs to stop throwing right now.
Oh, almost a great catch there.
Another hit by guess who? Cole Michela once again.
Called his name a lot. Called his name a lot 2 weeks ago.
He's just the best player on their team already.
You keep pointing out how he puts himself in difficult situations.
Yeah, he did right there too.
But I think he's not used to not being able to get away with that. Because if he does that at practice,
that's a
he
good point.
probably is fine, right? He's got enough skill to get himself out of the situation.
Right. Aiden Jacobs just waved someone goodbye as he hit him out. Yeah, he
kind of like to see the freshman have a little bit of an edge, but don't be cocky, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I will say both of these teams, their rookie classes look better than I would expect them to, especially with a limited fall semester in terms of how many events they played.
Nice dodge by Owen. That one sailed just over his head. He was able to get low after a throw there. Grand Valley kind of just patrolling and controlling the neutral zone here. Not really letting Saginaw do much of anything. Of course, they had ball advantage very big right now.
Once again, everyone stick around. We got another game coming up right after this. Michigan State against Western Michigan, the two other teams here at MDC. 8.5 minutes to go now.
Hey, that's Owen's bread and butter right there.
He knew he should have caught that. You could see him shake his head.
You can see that a lot more of the younger guys have balls in their hands, so that's good for Grand Valley.
Yeah, Tyler Peach, Nick Hill, they're catchers anyway as well, so they'll be content in a lead. Oh, they're calling that a touch. Tyler Gonzalez thought maybe it
might have been ground, but
Michela. Yeah. And he gets the kill, return favor on Aiden Jacobs.
Certainly looked like a hit.
Yeah, that throw right there. I will say in the first half there was maybe 2 outs for Saginaw. What's the issue?
Being really comfortable.
Saginaw's got another impact freshman here.
I can't turn past you.
Here, let me see.
That's all you need.
Should be good. I'm going to go all the way down and see it. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Focus on the...
It's this.
Yeah.
It's this thing. Can't tighten it.
Grand Valley going to get a couple balls bouncing back. A little fortuitous wall ball there. You can sort of play wall ball here, but the wall is just far enough back in this arena to where you can't rely on it as a strategy.
Yeah, you got to hit it pretty hard. Especially if
job,
you want your throw to count as a throw and get it back. You got to hit it high, but just high enough that it comes back.
That's why Grand Valley against Central a few years ago kind of instituted this like corner strategy where they divided the team and went kind of 6 to each corner and made change the angle a little bit for Central. Wouldn't let their power arms get bounce backs. It's really slowed down here. Saginaw's still yelling and keep trying to keep the communication up well, but they're just kind of...
They only have 2 balls.
Yeah,
That's their
they
main problem.
really can't do anything. They haven't been able to get off their back line since the match started.
I think Josh Hill might be the hardest thrower on Grand Valley.
It very well could be.
I mean, Williamson and Peach, they've had good throws, but I don't know. Those seem like the 3 top throwers.
We made the joke that when we were talking to Josh, he said his arm felt better. He thinks he's throwing harder. I kind of got a Rookie of the Year situation going here, you know. At post-surgery, your arm actually got stronger.
Right.
There it is, yeah.
Right on cue, there's a hit.
Scott Harnden, another freshman there. He's been really active on the court today. We haven't called his name a lot because he doesn't have a lot of throwing kills. But he's been one of their better players in transition, helping his teammates out and protecting.
I agree with that. I was going to say there was a few times where he went up to block for someone and he left himself in a tough situation.
Josh Hill with another kill. He's got to be careful. Sorry.
11
He needs to just stop right now.
Yeah, he should stop throwing.
But he doesn't do that, so.
Number 11, who we think is DJ Goodwin, but we need to double check. He had such a good first half, catching so many throws, and then second half he kind of cooled off. And that's been one of the main differences here.
I don't want to say he carried Saginaw through that first point, but like he did make 3 catches by himself. That's a 6-player swing, and that's how you win a point. And clock is now a factor. We're under 5 minutes. Grand Valley is going to get out of here with a win, but I think their ears perked up a little bit after that first point.
Yeah, I'd say it was a much needed wake up call when you've got Michigan State later today and you don't have Ben Smart on your roster today. The rest of the team needs to step up, needs to play a little bit more disciplined.
Josh Hill up by himself a little bit. He's going to fire again. Great block by Kyle Krupp. Him and Bryce will kind of lead the charge back for Saginaw. Valiant effort by Saginaw. They've got some momentum to go. They might get this thing down to 1. We'll see.
And even that throw by Stevens could have been caught. He's got to get a little bit better placement in their next couple games. Which I will say, Saginaw has a chance to make some noise the rest of the day, too. This is going to end up being a loss in the record books, but against Michigan State, who knows what happens. That's another team with some young players.
If they took a point here, down 1 point.
Yeah.
You don't want to say, there's no moral victories, but Saginaw's got to feel a little bit better about themselves than they did in Allendale a couple weeks ago.
3 minutes left. One thing, we don't have the scoreboard up, but that is on. It has an 8 next to it. But so the players might not be as aware of the score of the time.
Ryan Paddock, that's the second time he's kind of done that running forward, low catch attempt there. So
he needs to cut that right out of his repertoire.
Yeah, that's not going to fly when you play Cincinnati or Towson Nationals, or JMU.
Yeah, be careful with Towson. They just got blown out a couple times.
Oof. Ball don't lie.
Man. I know it's super early, but tiebreakers are going to be huge here if MSU upsets Grand Valley.
Yeah, so here's Saginaw. Go get this point.
Well, that only matters if Michigan State loses to Saginaw.
Right.
But, so you're saying that's a possibility?
Yeah.
Team throw just misses bottom of your screen, number 55 there for Saginaw Valley. Sorry, 66. Tyler Adams.
Are you kidding me? There's no way that could be a catch. Hit his hand and he stuck it on the ground.
Yeah, they're calling that a catch. That was close. Great effort. Don't get me wrong. By Avery Marzinski there, but yeah, I don't think that's a catch. and Israel's just...
Oh, there's a headshot.
Blocked it.
Oh my gosh, he's got it.
Mitchell Oliver not happy with the call. He thought for sure it was. And Tom Williamson on the sideline pointing at his head.
The assistant ref called him safe.
Josh Hill,
Head ref overruled.
So when it comes to the tiebreakers, Grand Valley does really want to get a point here in the next minute and a half.
minute and a half left.
As much as it might seem like it doesn't matter, it could end up mattering quite a bit.
Round,
That's
out,
gonna be an out.
out,
It's gonna be an
out.
out. Yeah. Oh, you can't do that. Hit the ball.
That'll bring in Joe Barber.
Also, it should be a trap. Actually, it
No,
should
no,
be an
no.
out.
It should be out.
He fell on the ball below him. That should be a catch.
No, because the ball was not in his possession.
I thought
it was on the
his
ground.
leg was between the ball and.
It's an out. Oh, they're calling it a catch now?
So DJ Hudgens should be out over there. They thought was maybe a catch there. It's hard to tell what happened here.
So 3-1. So we got an argument here. So what I saw was this. He's down there and there's a ball that he dropped is underneath him. He went to catch the ball went off of him into the ball and he caught it trapped with the ball.
I
but
thought-
that
Do
ball
you
wasn't
think
in
it
his
came loose off of his chest, like there was movement? Or I
He
thought he
didn't have-
kind of secured it as
Oh.
he went to the ground, and then the ball touched the
It
ball.
looks
on
like
the
that's
ground.
what they're
They're
calling.
giving him a catch.
They're giving him a catch.
I
That
thought he
means-
got his legs between both the balls, so I don't think the ball's ever touched.
That's an incredibly hard call for the refs to make there. So real quick recap of what just happened there. There was a kill on the Grand Valley side. DJ Hudgens thought he maybe had a catch off his shoe top there on his left leg. Not the case. Grand Valley thought they closed out this point. Not the case. We got a catch. That brings in
They're
assistant
calling him out.
captain.
Calling him out.
Now they're calling him out.
Now they're calling him out, so they're changing the call.
Pretty good. Yeah,
Okay.
so far.
Where's our instant
So it looks
replay,
like,
Steve?
yeah, I know. We got to get under the hood here.
If it dies, we'll just restart the screen.
All right, so kind of an anticlimactic end to what was a really good
3-1. We have
really good game, but that's going to end it. Grand Valley takes it 3-1 there. So key takeaways: Grand Valley rebounded after. 4-1. But couple quick takeaways: Grand Valley rebounded after kind of being shell shocked early by Saginaw Valley.
So that's game.
Game 4-1. Saginaw Valley came out firing. They got to keep that energy up. They can't let this loss deflate them. They come out and play like they did that first point against Grand Valley. They do that against Michigan State, and they might get a win today. Pretty impressed with some freshmen on both sides there. I think each school has a couple of impact freshmen that it bodes well for the programs going forward. So, Kevin, what's our next match today?
Next up, we got Michigan State taking on Western Michigan. Western Michigan looking for their first win of the year today at the MDC. Oh, yeah, I'll pull that up in a second. Give me one moment here.
Stick with us, folks. We're going to get the scoreboard here straightened out. And, whoops, that is not correct there.
I got you.
But we're going to get the scoreboard straightened out for our next